Hello, Danny here, and today I want to talk about a few of the mangas I read recently. So let's just start. The first manga I've read is Orange Volume 1 by Ishigo Takano. This manga follows a girl who gets a letter from her future self, and at first she thinks it's a joke and someone is pulling a prank on her, but when things that are stated in the letter become true in real life, in her life, she starts to believe and she tries to follow all the wishes. And the letter is about a boy who will be joining her school, and that she has to save him from a massive decision he will take in the future, and that she has to do things differently than she did, her future self did. So yeah, she tries to grant all the wishes of the letter, and it's not always as easy as it sounds. So that new guy from Tokyo joins her school, and he's just so cute. Like, I just want to hug him and tell him that everything's gonna be alright. And this story is so sad, but so beautiful, and sad, and even more sad, and sad. And it is only half of the story I've read, so I still have a second volume to go to see how the story ends. And I really can't wait to finish this series and see how all the events turn out to be, because there's either this happening or that happening, so I'm just like, I don't know what is gonna happen and I want to know. So I can give you the first letter. It's written here, the first part of the letter, and it says, Takamiya Nakasama, how are you, my 11th grade self? I'm writing you a letter from 10 years in the future. If you're wondering why I'm writing a letter to my past, it's because I have a wish only you can grant. So it's a letter from herself. And then there's like random things in these letters, like when she forgot her alarm or was late for school, or just random stuff. But then there's also things about that boy and what to do differently than she did, and it's just so cute, and he's just so cute. It's kind of funny because when I don't know how many of you guys know that anime Free, but there's so many characters in here that remind me of this. So the main character reminds me a little bit of Haru from Free, and then there's this guy in here with glasses who is just so funny, this guy. And he just really reminds me of Rei. And then there's this other guy he reminds me of Makoto, and it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's just me because I love Free. Free is like my favorite anime ever, and it's my favorite thing ever, and nothing is ever gonna come close to it. So, but yeah. But also the main girl kind of reminds me of myself, because she doesn't want to hurt anyone. She has a lot of self-doubt, and just the way she is in school, it reminds me a lot of how I was or still am. But yeah, it's just so sad, and I couldn't put it down actually. I'm like, I had to put it down the first time because I had to go to work. But it's just, I just wanted to read it and see how the next part of the letter is gonna be, and how the events turn out and what's happening next. And I just couldn't put it down, and it's so beautiful and sad. And I really want to read the next volume, the conclusion of the whole story, and to see what happens, and I need to know. Also, the main guy is so beautiful. So beautiful. But yeah, that is Orange Volume 1. If you like sad, dramatic, but beautiful, heartwarming stories with a little bit of, let's say, sci-fi because of the future thing, then read it. Read it. There's only 2 of this complete collection, so it's not a lot to read, to catch up on. So yeah, Orange Volume 1. Then the next manga I've read is Barakamon Volume 3 by Satsuki Yoshino. I can't tell too much about this because it's already Volume 3, so you would get spoiled for the first two. And I think, as I said in a lot of videos, I already talked way too much about this manga because I love it so much. It's this calligraphy guy called Honda, and he's from Tokyo, and he has a temper and he hit someone, and he was just like really out of, how do you say, like he lost touch with his art, and his dad sent him to this island, and he's a city boy, and on this in this village on this island it's just so family, so like everyone knows everyone and everything. So he has to adapt from being a city boy to all this village life, and he meets a lot of new people, and he doesn't get any quiet time. There's this little girl who always wants to be around him and everyone else, and it's just so cute and funny, and it's adorable, but it's so hilarious. It's such a happy book. It's so happy. It makes me laugh and it makes me happy, so I always read when I need a cheer up. But yeah, this volume has these two guys coming to visit. He is a friend of Honda, and this guy is a newbie in the calligraphy world, and he was in a competition with Honda back in Tokyo, and he won first place, and Honda didn't take it that well. So now that the boy comes to visit, things get a little bit out of control, but it's just so cute and I love it. I love it. I already have volume 4 waiting for me to read, so yay, Barakamon. And the last manga I want to talk about is A Silent Voice Volume 1 by Yoshitoki Oima. I don't know why I'm reading so many sad mangas at the moment, but yeah, that is another one. So it's about this boy who is a bully, and it's because he's always bored and he hates boredom. So he does extreme things like jumping off bridges into water and just trying to find new challenges to do so he doesn't get bored. So when this girl comes into school, he found someone new to bully around, and it wasn't just him, it was everyone at school who did, because she was deaf, and so she had to write everything down in her notebook. She was always carrying a notebook around, and she wrote in there if she didn't understand anything, and people were just really mean and rude because they were so annoyed that they had to actually like write in her notebook for her to understand. That class was so slow because it took a while for her to like get used to it, and that they had to explain everything to her, what the teacher said and all that stuff, and they all got really annoyed. And I just felt really sorry for her because no one really liked her, and he was the main one who was just pushing her around and stuff. And she was always sorry. She always wrote "I'm sorry" for everything they wrote. They were like saying that she's ugly or she's terrible or anything. She was always "I'm sorry." And it's just really sad, and this is only the first volume. I think it's got about 7. It's a completed series. This one is just really sad because you see all the bullying that took place at the time in school. But it will, at the end, it will go into the future because they will meet again at some point. So he has to kind of redeem himself because he figured things out. So yeah, I can't say where this is going because I only read volume 1. And thing is, after a while of everyone being really mean to her, she transferred school, and that's when he realized things that were actually happening that he didn't realize at first. And so in the back it says, 6 years later the two meet again. Can Shoya make up for his past mistakes, or is it too late? So that's gonna be in the next volumes. So I'm excited to see where this is going. But it is really sad. It's got a lot of bullying and just a normal high school mess. And so you shouldn't read this if you don't like that kind of stuff. But it's still really sweet, especially from her end. But yeah, it's really sad. I'm reading so many sad things. But I can't wait to read more of this. It's a good thing I have Barakamon in between, so it makes me happy again. It's like an up and down with me when I read manga. It's like sad, and then it's fun, and it's sad again, and I'm just like, what am I doing to myself? But yeah, A Silent Voice Volume 1. So these are the 3 recent mangas I've read. So here they are again: Orange Volume 1, Barakamon Volume 3, and A Silent Voice Volume 1. Can't wait to continue all 3 of them. But yeah, if you've read any of these, let me know. If you read anything that is similar to these, let me know as well, so I find some new stuff. And yeah, just let me know what you think about these, if you read them. That is my manga talk for today. If you have any questions, just let me know. And yeah, that will be it for now. So I'll see you soon in the next video.